My story with drugs and alcohol begins pretty early, around the age of 16, and I really, there were hardly any drugs that I didn't like, and I managed to control it for a while as I was going through college, and then I started to get into some pretty heavy drugs: heroin, OxyContin, cocaine, methamphetamines, and my goal every day was oblivion. And I don't know how I got to that point, but it progressed very quickly, and it was a very scary place. I went into a number of rehabs in quick succession. Basically, I would start to recover and get a little glimpse of recovery, and then I would go back out. And every time that I would relapse, I would quickly become homeless. I mean, I had really burned every single bridge in my life, and there was people didn't even want me on their couches anymore. I called Teresa Grogan, the manager of Beyond Sober Living, from a psych ward in a mental hospital, and which is where I had landed because I was suicidal in a motel room ready to die.
What happens when a person's in alcoholism and addiction? Crime comes into effect, homelessness, all these things that cost a lot of money as us as a community.
She took me to one of her homes, and I met a few of the roommates, and she decided to give me a chance. And this is with no money, with no job, only a promise that I wanted to be sober and that I would work on paying her back when I could. Well, when I came into Beyond Sober Living, I managed to get about 30 or 60 days, and I drank again. And I drank in the house, and I fully expected to get kicked out. And what happened after that was pretty much a miracle.
I think the worst thing that can happen is when you make a mistake in your life, to be kicked when you're down. And that's what we try not to do. We try to bring it back around and try to look at the solution. Try to bring them back into an accountable situation. Don't let them be out there feeling bad and basically suicidal.
I'd say 99% of sober livings have a zero tolerance policy, and the effect that had on me, getting kicked out of sober living after sober living, especially in the last 2 years of my life, was I wanted to be sober, I just didn't know how. And then so I would drink, and I would already beat myself up enough, and then the spiral would just perpetuate the spiral. Getting kicked out, it would suck any ounce of hope that I had that I could be sober, because now, in addition to just relapsing, I was homeless. Well, when I drank in the house, and even in the bad state that I was in, when I was approached by the housemates, I could tell that more than anything they wanted honesty. And so I was honest, and I said, look, I want to be sober, I'm struggling, and I don't know how. There was no judgment. I fully expected to get kicked out of the house, and I wasn't kicked out.
What I find is that the housemates keep each other accountable, and everybody's treated as adults. There's basically 4 concepts to Beyond Sober Living. One is to stay clean and sober. One is to pay and do your fair share. One is to be respectful. And if you have a guest, you're responsible for their behavior. Because I want the residents there to feel like this is their home, this is their place.
It was pretty amazing to be surrounded by that much love, especially after you just drank in a place that's supposed to be sober. It totally surprised me, that they wanted me to get better, and that if I could get back on the right path, then they would be happy to have me continue to live in the home. And that was really a turning point for me.
Once you develop that degree of trust for the Beyond Sober Living program, for your housemates, you can be honest.
And I did end up getting a job very quickly. My life just got better from there. That was about 20 months ago, and I have been sober ever since. My life has just been one upward trajectory, really. It's been amazing. I've been getting promotion after promotion at work. I mean, there's so many wonderful things that have happened that I've been told would if I stayed sober, but I've never been sober long enough to get any of these things. And Beyond Sober Living played a huge part in that.
Everybody has a private room. a place that they can call their own. They also have a locked door so they can keep valuables and just really feel like it's a place for long-term sobriety and for transitional living for people that are able to. And most of the people that transition out end up doing a lot better.
A lot of the other sober livings that I've lived in felt more like businesses than being in the business of helping people. And Beyond Sober Living it's very affordable, and what that's enabled me to do is concentrate on paying back some of the debts that I've accrued when I was out using and drinking. And you know, I just finished paying off a bunch of court fines, and I'm working on my student loans now. And you know, that's because Beyond Sober Living, you know, in my opinion, is not so much a business as it is in the business of helping people.
They have their own consequences for their own action. And Beyond Sober Living, we try to reward good choices in life. Nothing blesses me more to just pop into one of the houses and to see them having a community meal and being there for each other, giving each other rides, giving each other support as they go to doctor's appointments and interviews, and to just see the growth that's going on there.
Everybody in the house helped me out, from offering to take me places, doing shopping, helping me get dinner. The camaraderie is, you can feel it. You can feel it. It is more like family.
You know, the house that we just opened up has given one of our residents a chance to get her daughter back in, because her daughter wasn't in a good situation. It gives people a chance to build a relationship and do it in a healthy environment.
I hadn't seen my daughter for 4 years, and when she graduated high school, I had promised her that she would be able to come live with me. And on my own, I was not able to provide that for her at all. When I went in Beyond Sober Living, it created such a place of family that we so needed in our lives. And it created a safe place for her to come to. And I have the most wonderful relationship with my daughter today.
This gives them a chance to get a foundation in sobriety. This gives them a chance to find a 12-step meeting or some aftercare that really works with them, that helps them get the tools, helps them get involved with some kind of counseling if they need to, helps them develop real relationships with their family rather than just always being a burden.
My family gave up on me a long time ago. My family wrote me off as a useless cause a long time ago. Without BSL, I don't know what I would have done if somebody wouldn't have given up on me and if I wouldn't have had a place to go. I would probably be living on the streets, and if I was still even able to make it. I know I wouldn't have my daughter back. I know I wouldn't be part of my family like I am today.
Just last week, I had 8 people call me for a room. I don't have the space available. And these are good people. These are people doing treatment and just really need a place to get their foundation. These people come in and they turn around their lives. They become taxpayers. They become parents. They pay their child support. When you donate to Beyond Sober Living, the money will go directly to the houses to keep the costs down for the individual residents that are there. The money will go to expanding our services to help more people.
It's been such a gift in my life to be part of this Beyond Sober Living. I wish it was available to more people, and especially women with children that have been in my situation before and feel the hopelessness and feel that they don't have enough money or time, or people won't support them in their recovery. And I hope that someday to be able to help other women get to where I am today.
Well, since I started, the electric bill's gone up 48%. And as far as I know, minimum wage hasn't. And that's where a lot of our people have to start, is taking the first job that they can get. And a lot of them have a lot of wreckage from their past. It's hard when they've done things that they've lost their driver's license, or they have some kind of a record, or they just don't have any kind of work history, and they're competing in this market. I was going over the statistics, and it looks like we have a 85% success rate. And by being successful, this is people that are living their lives, getting back with their children, getting back with their parents, working, paying their own way. being in recovery myself and seeing the need and just seeing the reputation that Beyond Sober Living has gotten from the residents that live there. This is a good thing, and it's a worthy cause.